Hey folks, I'm Chris and I'm your Commander Mechanic. This week I've been asked to take a look at the new Draconic Rage Precon from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms and see if I can make minimal changes to really tune up the deck. Out of the box, this Precon is basically Dragon Tribal with a few bells and whistles, a great pickup to play without any changes whatsoever. But there are a few things I would tweak and a few cheeky additions I'd make to ensure we get some great synergies with our commander. Speaking of our commander, this Precon is led by Vrondiss, Rage of Ancients. Our Dragon Barbarian here is a 5-mana 5/4 with some interesting abilities. First is Enrage, which works the same way the Enrage mechanic from Ixalan does. Whenever Vrondiss is dealt damage, we get to make a 5/4 red and green Dragonborn spirit that we have to sacrifice when it deals damage. Vrondiss has a second triggered ability that deals a damage to himself whenever we roll one or more dice, giving us a cheeky way to activate that first ability. There are a few key additions we can make to this stock list to ratchet up our power level and give us some combos to work with. Dare I say, some infinite combos? In fact, we end up generating infinite dragon tokens and make our creatures infinitely large. Let's break this wide open. The first of our key cards that we want to include as soon as possible is Rite of Passage. This green enchantment from 5th Dawn grows our creatures when they survive damage. Not combat damage, but any damage. If we can deal 1 point of damage at a time to our creatures, it means they'll survive any number of instances of that 1 point of damage. This works with Vrondiss's second ability, but also works with any instance of us pinging the board. Enter the second piece of our combo in Pyrohemia. This enchantment is a color-swapped version of Pestilence, allowing us to pay a red mana to deal 1 damage to all creatures and players. In combination with Rite of Passage, this means that we can ping down all of our opponents' creatures while ours survive, and having Vrondiss make us an army of dragon tokens. But note, we'll need red mana for this. We're limited by the amount of red mana we can produce. This means we aren't able to go infinite and may not be able to kill off our opponent's boards with Pyrohemia damage. So how can we remedy this? Enter Cacophodon. This cheap uncommon from Rivals of Ixalan is a sneaky combo piece. It too has Enrage, allowing us to untap any permanent when it's dealt damage. Oh, any permanent you say? Like a basic mountain? That's right, with Rite of Passage, Pyrohemia, and Cacophodon, the only thing limiting our use of Pyrohemia is our own life total. We can tap a mountain to activate Pyrohemia, dealing damage to Cacophodon, and getting the Enrage trigger to untap that mountain. Then Rite of Passage puts a counter on Cacophodon, meaning it will never die to our activations. We can repeat this process to either machine gun down our opponents, provided their life totals are lower than ours, or in combination with Vrondiss to make infinite dragons. It's pretty easy to win via combat damage from there, as we can activate Pyrohemia at instant speed. We could do this at the end of our opponent's end steps, for instance, allowing us to untap with our massive dragon army and swing for the win. But what happens if we can't swing? What if our opponents are wiping the board or removing one of our pieces and we need to win now? What non-combat ways can we play with these synergies? The first is the classic in Impact Tremors. It is a staple in any combo that makes volumes of creatures. This little enchantment ensures every time we make a new dragon token with Vrondiss that it pings down our opponents. This could either take them out outright, or ensure Pyrohemia activations take them out as their life totals will drop below ours quickly. The next is a pricier option in Terror of the Peaks. Another dragon, so it fits thematically with the rest of the deck. Terror allows us to fling around more damage whenever we get a new dragon token. This punches targeted opponents in the mouth for 5 damage each time we activate Pyrohemia, ensuring their life totals fall to Pyrohemia activations before ours does. And the next option is another small enchantment, Dragon Tempest. Not only does this give our flying creatures haste, notably not our commander or his tokens, but it allows us to throw more damage around when dragons enter the battlefield. And if we're making infinite dragons, this can be infinite damage very quickly. The last piece I'd add to the deck is stolen out of one of the other AFC precons, Fiend Lash. This equipment not only boosts power, but has the equipped creature deal damage to a player or planeswalker equal to its power whenever it is dealt damage. So each activation of Pyrohemia or every roll of the dice can have us throwing around an additional 7 damage to opponents' faces. Once again, this makes for a quick game ender. Apart from that, I cleaned up some of the mana generation and ramp, removing some of the non-dragon pieces and ensuring we can get to our curve's higher end a lot faster. 3 visits, Nature's Lore, and Skyshroud Claim were all added, so hitting 7 or 8 mana on turn 5 is perfectly reasonable. You can check out my full deck listed in the description below. Even with some pricier pieces, it's just about $100 total at time of recording. If I were to upgrade the deck, I'd add in a few improvements to the lands. A Stomping Ground makes a great fetch target for our land ramp, for instance. A Kessig Wolf run would be a great addition too if we're forced into combat scenarios. And because we're dealing with a 5 mana commander, I would love to slam a Jeweled Lotus in here. Being able to get Vrondiss out on turn 2 would make our game plan much faster. And even later in the game, it would allow us to recast Vrondiss at a discount. Paying 7 or 9 mana for our commander is pretty rough. Let me know what you think about this Precon upgrade and this sneaky little infinite combo. I replaced only about 10 or so cards in the list, so it's a sleek way to get a spicy deck on the cheap. Did I miss anything in my final deck list? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. And as always folks, good luck and have fun. As always, thanks to all of our patrons for helping to support the channel. I honestly could not do this without all of your help. A special shout out to our Lodestone Golems, Ben Frayne, Sterling Langford, Will Briggs, Ben Davis, David Neri, Corey Whitaker, Snipes, and Cameron Scott. And our Metalwork Colossi, Austin Charlotte, Charles Olson, Matthew Chandler, Pulsating Kiwi, Raphael Lum, Wyatt M, Timothy Conan, Matt Oakes, Stephen Dunn, Jeremiah Lewis, and newest addition, Wellsford Ranger. Thank you, everyone.